just want to say you guys did an amazing job in your characters. We love the film as a family, so thank you for that. So I'd like to know how being in this film has helped shape you as a person or as an actor.
I think it was one of the first projects for me that I did, and just learning from everybody else, because we had to work with some great people like Jack Thorne and Mark Munden and Colin and Julie and everyone. It was brilliant cast and crew. So I think just learning off the people around us and just get general knowledge about cinema.
Yeah, I'd say similarly, I mean, it was the first one where I was like, I don't know, the main character, and that was quite a big thing, I do think that, again, like Eden said, we got to work with so many crazy, amazing people like Colin and Julie and Mark and Eden, but yeah, it was, I think I learned a lot, I'd say. And it was just, I don't know, I think it was just a really good experience for me.
Thank you.
I would think that I would like the viewers to walk away with the idea that nature is really beautiful, and how healing nature and friendship and just being, part of it all can really heal a person.
I think it would be good for like the audience to walk away with, people can really grow and change, and that's really cool, and it's possible.
What was it like filming those scenes? Was it a little intimidating acting against such an established actor?
Really, really, really fun. He's just genuinely really nice, obviously very good at what he does, but yeah, he was really sweet, and he didn't make us feel intimidated at all, I don't think. It was a good time.
A very down to earth guy, when I first heard that I'd be working with him, it's like, wow, that's crazy. But after meeting him and everything, he's just a lovely man. He makes me feel very comfortable. Yeah.
How did you create magic in your everyday life?
How do you create magic?
Yeah, how do you?
How do I create magic in my everyday life? I think just going outside, being with friends and with family, it's the most magical thing you can do, I guess.
It's a very good question. I think I'd probably say similarly to Eden, I guess, people who make you feel good, and like your friends and family, they're kind of magic, I guess. I don't really know.
Tell me about the first day on set for you.
Wow, that's a long time ago. First day, well, we spent some time doing some rehearsals with, getting the cast together, just getting comfortable with everybody and everything. But first day on set, I think it was in a studio, I think in Pinewood, and it was, I think for me it was in my bed, so we were in like this very, very hot at the time because of the lights and the weather in this room. It was I had to spend all day in a bed, so yeah.
So yeah, like Eden said, we had a whole bunch of rehearsals before. So obviously the people who were like the cast knew each other kind of, and obviously we knew the director and everything. But I don't actually remember what the first scene I did was, but I do remember it was really nerve-wracking because like there's a whole bunch of crew, right? Like people behind the camera, people doing all that sort of stuff, which I obviously didn't know, and it was quite daunting, but it was fine because they were all really nice. I mean, thankfully, yeah. So it was just a good experience.
I'm curious to know if there were any on-site locations that you guys had a favorite for, outdoor locations that were your favorite.
Oh yeah, there was a place that we went to, and it was called Tree Bar, right? And it had, that was probably my favorite. It was like this big garden. It was so nice, and it had like all this like big gunnera, which is like a type of plant, but yeah. It was really pretty, really fun. I hadn't seen anything like it, to be fair. and there was like this little mini, I think it was like a private beach at the end, which was so nice. And yeah, that was probably my favorite. I really liked it, and the weather was really good. So
yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, we had to get tutoring on set because we still have to go to school and everything. And I remember tutoring on the beach, which was a new experience for me. But yeah, I'd agree with Dixie. That was a good day. Yeah.
What made you interested in auditioning for the role? What drew you to the film?
It was a new take on The Secret Garden, and Mark had this vision from the beginning to make it quite almost kind of a dark kind of feeling at the beginning. Just that really comes through, and it goes from being quite bleak to really beautiful towards the end. And I think that was something that reading the book I got from it. So that's why I took part.
yeah, I think I'd probably say like basically the same as Eden, similarly to him. Like the script was just really good, it was really cool, and I think even though it's not exactly like the book, they got a really good balance of making it enough like the book so that you could recognize the story, but giving it a little bit of a modern twist. I don't really know, but yeah, I just liked it.
And we wanted to know, was it difficult playing the role of Colin, and is it easier or harder to act while you're laying in bed?
It was quite hard to play the role of Colin because it was a new. I was a little bit younger when I was shooting it, and I had to be act as if I was physically disabled. So it was a tough challenge, but I had a really good movement coach called Alex, and she really helped me, kind of get into the mindset and how Colin would be. I think it was harder to do a scene sitting down just all the time, but I had Mark Munden and everyone who helped me overcome that challenge and kind of pull me through it.
Was it scary to film the fire scene, and was the fire real?
Okay, so very good question. The fire scene, I mean, yes, so some of the fire was real, which is really cool. Kind of scary, but really cool. But it basically added to like the whole atmosphere, you know what I mean? So it was like easier to act scared, like if you kind of get what I'm saying. So it made it feel a lot more real, which obviously the fire was real. But yeah, kind of scary, but also quite fun, to be fair.
If you had a secret garden, what would that look like?
If I had a secret garden, I think I'd try and make it emulate what the film, the one in the film. I think I'd have a body of water of some sort, because that's a big part, and just as many trees and flowers as possible. Try and make it as beautiful as possible.
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. I'd just try and get a whole bunch of stuff in there, like all sorts of things. You can have like a swimming pool, a jacuzzi, you have trees, well, obviously, like maybe a trampoline, lovely stuff. You get a whole bunch of things. But I haven't really put that much thought into it yet. That's a very good idea.
Sounds good, thank you.
How did you relate to those characters, and what did you bring from your real self to your character in that regard?
I think what I took from my character. I think that that I took the part because it was quite unlike myself, and I like challenge. So I think that's why.
I think probably for Mary, I mean, to be honest, she's quite different from me, She is orphaned, which thankfully I'm not, but she's got I guess I would relate to her in the sense that I don't know, I think she probably, by the end at least, she appreciates friends and what it's like to have friends, and she appreciates the people around her, which I hope I do too, I suppose. Yeah.
Were there any obstacles in working with CGI in terms of like the character? Was it hard to get in a character? What was it like being in, working? And is it your first time working in a CGI film?
So,
Do you want to go
okay. Okay. I guess what I'd say to that is basically it wasn't that difficult because the majority of the film is not CGI. Like the gardens themselves, I mean, again, like I've said a million times before, the weather was really good, so that obviously helped. But they were genuinely just so pretty and so like amazing in real life that since there wasn't that much CGI, it wasn't difficult to act amazed by how pretty it was, I suppose. Yeah.
I think that being in a scene just with everybody acting in it, it feels like you are there in that moment. And for the CGI bit, a lot of it was real life, but some of it was CGI. So people, they would genuinely there'd be a man shaking a plant whilst we're shooting a scene. Yeah, but it was good.
All right. I love when Mary says, "I'm no lady, sir," and that she's a strong female character, even though she faced a lot of adversity. She's also a great storyteller. Who are some of your favorite storytellers?
I don't really know. As in like books or, I don't know, it's a good question though. I guess I don't think there's like a specific person, but watching movies and watching TV, like in itself, in general, you have some great storytelling. I don't know, but yeah, good question.
How was it working with, what was it like working with the dog?
Oh, yeah, Fozzie was one of the most well-trained dogs that we ever worked with. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, his name was Fozzie, and he's amazing. I think, in my opinion, he stole the show, not gonna lie. But yeah, it was so fun. I mean, obviously we all love dogs and everything. And yeah, he was so sweet. I miss him. But yeah, it was really good fun.